everyone, it's Trent back with another video. A while back I made a video in which I talked about the truth about being the outcast in school. I know a lot of you guys could relate to that just because a lot of you guys have been the outcast in school, and I talked about bullying, friendships, and a whole bunch of stuff that people can relate to. But making that video inspired me to want to make this video, the truth about life after high school. I feel like a lot of people, especially within the school system, they don't really talk about what life is like after high school. They really just push college on you or push working on you. Trust me, those two are very important things. But there's a lot more to life after high school than just working in college. I graduated high school roughly 2 years ago, so I definitely learned a thing or two about what life can be like after high school. I just want to share my knowledge with you guys and hopefully help some of you guys out. I know a lot of my viewers are either in middle school, early high school, or just now graduating, so I know this video can definitely help somebody out there. The first thing that I want to touch base on is something that the school systems will literally shove down your throat. College. The thing with college is that it's not for everybody, but I feel like the school system tries to make it for everyone. They give you all these options and they basically tell you have to pick an option or else you're going to be miserable in life and you're going to fail. That's not necessarily the case. I'm here to tell you guys that firsthand. You're going to have a lot of people that are going to push you to go to college and they're going to tell you what you should study or what you shouldn't study because this makes more money than that. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter what anybody else says. You're 18 years old and you're graduated. You're an adult and it's time for you to make your own decisions. Don't let anybody push college on you if you don't want to go to college. Don't let anybody tell you what field you want to go into. Go into the field that you want to go into. Don't let your dad tell you to go into medical field because it pays more than being a teacher. Like, do whatever you want to do and do whatever is going to make you happy. Because as I said, you're an adult now. It's time to do what's best for you. Use your freedom to make the best decisions for yourself. Aside from college, something else that you're going to have to look into now since you graduated is a job. A lot of high schoolers already have jobs throughout high school, and that's perfectly okay. But if you don't have a job in high school, you're definitely going to have to look into one when you graduate. I wish school systems would push more about jobs in college sometimes, because even if you go to college, more than likely, you're going to need to get a part-time job. So I wish schools would push more about jobs and the interviewing process and how to apply for jobs instead of pushing college so much. They're both important, but I feel like jobs matter just a little bit more. As I said, if you haven't had a job yet in high school, you're definitely gonna have to look for one when you graduate high school. Just because you can't live with mom and dad forever, you're gonna have to eventually step out of your comfort zone, find a job, start working, start getting those coins, and becoming your own person. Nobody, for the most part, likes their job. People love their careers, but most people don't like their regular day job. Don't get me wrong, you could get lucky and find a job that you absolutely love and that you love going to. And that's awesome if you can find that job. Sometimes you can't and you have to suck it up and you just gotta get through it. Don't go to your job miserable, because if you go to your job miserable, then you're just gonna be miserable throughout the entire day. You have to go there, so you might as well make the best of it. Plus, no employer wants somebody who's gonna be in a negative mood all the time and who's not gonna do their job. You're there, you have to be there, you might as well make the best of it, and you might as well just get your money and leave. You need to support yourself now, you're an adult. Let's talk about friendships, okay? Because those definitely change when you graduate high school. A lot of people have their close-knit group of friends throughout their school years. Some people don't, and that's okay, but most people have a couple of friends or a nice group of friends throughout all their school years. And let me tell you, it's gonna change. Not necessarily because of bad blood, but just because people are going in their own directions now, everybody's going down their own paths. Everybody's off doing different things. You and your group of friends don't have all the same classes together anymore. You don't have the same lunch period. Everybody is off doing different things. So you guys are inevitably going to separate and not be as close anymore. I feel like when you graduate high school, you really learn who your true friends are. There's people that I was with in high school that I don't even talk to anymore. But there's people that I was with in high school that I don't talk to anymore, but I know that they're there for me if I need them to be. When you graduate high school, you really learn what friendship is about. It's not about who you Snapchat every day, or who you share your longest snap streak with, or who likes all your posts, or who you text daily, or who you call daily. More about who you can rely on and who is always there for you. I don't talk to my friends every single day, but I do know the ones that are there for me if I need them. I mean, I talk to them every single day, but I know if I called them up right now with a problem, they would be there for me. That's what friendship is about. It's not about how often you talk to one another, it's about who's really there for you. You're also gonna learn who you thought was there for you, but who really isn't. And you will learn who really doesn't have your best interests at heart. You really learn a lot about the people that you thought were your friends throughout high school when you guys graduate. But as I said, all that really matters is who's really there for you at the end of the day, regardless of how often or how often you don't talk to one another. Like right now, one of my friends just texted me and asked me how my interview went. That's what I'm talking about. I'm across the country from him, but he texted me and asked me how my interview went today because I know he's a true friend and he genuinely cares. We don't talk every day, but he's still hitting me up to see how I'm doing. That's what true friendship is about. And I'm really glad he texted me that right now. That was perfect timing. Shout out to you, Austin. When you graduate high school, you definitely have a lot more responsibilities than what you might have had when you were in high school or middle school. Back in middle school or high school, you might have some chores you have to do around the house. You might have to babysit your little sibling. When you graduate, there definitely is a lot more responsibilities. There's jobs, there's college. There's just a lot more that you have to take on. And trust me, it can definitely be overwhelming. But you just need to learn to take things one day at a time and one step at a time. time. If you look at all your problems and you just look at them in one big pile, you're gonna be overwhelmed. But if you look at each issue as its individual issue and not as all your issues piled up on top of each other, it'll make things a lot easier. Take things one step at a time and take things slowly so that way you don't overwhelm yourself. Because life is gonna throw curveballs at you. You might get a speeding ticket that you can't afford. You might randomly get laid off from your job. You're gonna get thrown curveballs in life, but you need to be responsible and you need to tackle your responsibilities and you need to tackle all those curveballs and you need to be smart and you need to have your priorities in order. As I said, don't take everything on at once because you will be overwhelmed. Take things one step at a time, take your responsibilities one step at a time, and take your problems one step at a time, and you'll be way better off than taking on everything at once. There's been countless times when life has thrown something at me unexpectedly that I could not afford, so I had to work extra hours in order to afford that curveball. You just have to do what you have to do to survive. You're gonna struggle, it's inevitable. Nobody has a perfect life. You're gonna come into situations that you don't know how to get out of, but trust me, you will. Take it from me, nobody's perfect, you will make mistakes, but it's not necessarily about the mistakes you make, but it's how you bounce back from them and it's how you learn from them. Being an adult is not always easy. Even though there is some negative things about being an adult, there's so many positive things. You have the freedom now to do whatever you want. You don't have to ask for permission anymore, or just literally in the palm of your hands. You can do whatever you want now. There's no limitations. You're not stuck in a school building from 7 to 3. Yes, you might be stuck at a job, but that job is gonna help you save the money to do the things that you wanna do. Now that you're graduated out of high school and you have your diploma or your GED, whatever the case may be, you have so many more options now. You're not just stuck going to school and school being your only option in life. You have so many more options now to do whatever you wanna do and to do whatever makes you happy. Life is beautiful if you choose to see the beauty in it. And one of my biggest tips for you guys is to not be so obsessed trying to make a living that you forget to make a life. Living and having a life are two separate things. You can live and you can exist and be miserable, or you can live your life and you can be happy. Obviously, you will have to do things that you don't want to do, but it balances it out and you do the things that you love doing. Those are the most important things that I wanted to share with you guys about life after high school. I hope I did a good job explaining these things and I hope you guys understood where I was coming from. I know life after high school can be scary, but trust me, it can be beautiful as well. Just be smart, make the smart decisions, and do what makes you happy. With all that being said, leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it. Share with your friends if you want to, or if nobody who needs to hear this message, or if nobody who is graduating high school, definitely share this video with them because I'm sure this video might help them out. Also subscribe if you are new, tap the bell to be notified whenever I post at least one video a week, sometimes more. So if you tap that bell and you miss out on a single video, be sure to follow me on all my social medias. The links will be in the description box down below or at the end screen of this video. Thank you so much for watching and thank you so much for your support. See you guys in the next video.